2022 and 2023 seems to be the years of the GMT watch. The watch that allows you to read more time zones than just one. Historically, the GMT watch was an aviation watch. It was made for pilots. It was made for people who worked in the air industry. The history of Longines and aviation watches is a story of outstanding achievements, not only by Longines but also the brave pilots. In recent times, Longines, they have re-released the Spirit collection as a GMT watch in different sizes, a very popular aviation style watch. Now it's time for the very popular modern dive watch collection of the Swiss brand, the Hydroconquest. And now the Hydroconquest is ready as a GMT dive watch. With me here I have two loan examples from Longines from Swatch Group. Thanks a lot for loaning me these watches for reviews here on my channel, Time and Crown, and also a written review in Danish on timeandcrown.dk. I have two of the versions here, the brown on the left side and the black on the right side. This is a GMT version of the Hydroconquest dive watch, so you actually get the merger, the fusion between aviation style GMT watch and also a dive watch. The collection comes in a lot of different variations. You can get the black on either bracelet or rubber, the green version on a NATO strap, the blue version on either bracelet or rubber strap, and then the brown here on bracelet. The price in Danish crowns is 23,000 Danish crowns, and in US dollars is 2,775. So having a closer look at the watches here, you can see these are very much dive style watches. You get the dive bezel, which is ceramic on all versions. You get the tough case, the screw down crown, and this watch also has 300 meters of water resistance. This Hydroconquest GMT also marks some very nice new details and innovations for the Hydroconquest line. I'm not sure if these improvements will be present in the regular dive watch lineup of Hydroconquest, but I'm really happy with some of the new achievements. First of all, I really like the new H-style bracelet. You don't get any polished center links as on the Hydroconquest dive watch. And the biggest plus is this new and very much improved clasp. So very nicely made, brushed with the winged hourglass logo, as you see, 2 push button release. The really nice thing is that you get this on-the-go micro adjustment of the bracelet. So you just push this part inside of the bracelet here, and then you can adjust the bracelet on the go. Also, the crown guards are much more elegant now. They're not these very brutal winged hourglass made after the Longines logo, which is a winged hourglass as you see here below 12 o'clock. They are much smaller and much better made. Really nice screw down crown, which is signed with the winged hourglass. And before we get into more details, let's just talk about the size of the watch. The diameter of the Longines Hydroconquest GMT is 41 mm in diameter. You get a lock-to-lock distance of 49 mm. You see the overhang of the bracelet is very subtle, so it wears very true to its size. No overhang, which will make the watch wear bigger. You get a thickness of 13 mm and a lock opening here of 21 mm. Now that might be a very annoying size because it makes it a little bit harder to find cool aftermarket straps. Well, if you buy it on the bracelet, I'm pretty sure you don't ever want to put on another bracelet because the bracelet is super nice, super articulating as you see, really nicely made, polished on the sides, brushed on the top, and we get a beautiful taper from 21 mm down to 16 mm by the clasp. Also, if you want to buy additional straps, you can have a look at Longines' website. You can buy straps, NATO straps, rubber straps, all of that on their website. Just have a look. I'm leaving a link to Longines' website down in the description. AR treated sapphire crystal, which is completely flat, which is one of the trademarks of a very modern dive watch like this one. Ceramic bezel insert with the minute counting, so this is why this is also a dive watch and not just a traveling watch. 120 clicks, lume pip at 12 o'clock, pretty easy to grip. But I'm not super happy with the bezel action. It just sounds a little bit metallic, and I'm not feeling the smoothness I really like with luxury watches, but it does the job, everything aligns, it's very accurate and precise. So the hands are the typical Longines Hydroconquest hands with this kind of snowflake style, Longines snowflake style hour hand filled with lume, and the sword style minute hand also filled with lume. And then of course with the GMT version you get the GMT hand here. This is orange on the black version, so you get orange writing with the GMT numbering. So you use the bezel for dive timing, even timing your pasta or whatever you're cooking. It's very useful actually. And then inside you get the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and so on and so forth, which is the GMT counter. You get a date window at 3 o'clock. On the black version here you see it's not color matched. Then you get Longines and the applied winged hourglass in silver on this version below 12 o'clock. And you get Swiss made around 6 o'clock. GMT automatic 300 meters of water resistance at 6 o'clock. And you get Swiss made at 6 o'clock, just as well as above 6 o'clock GMT in orange, automatic 30 bar 300 meters of water resistance. So on the brown, they matched the date wheel. I think that's looking really, really great. And I must say that the brown of all the versions is my personal favorite. When I picked up these watches at Swatch Group here in Denmark, I was able to see all the other versions and just feel the NATO strap and the rubber strap. And I must say that the rubber strap really, really surprised me in a positive way. It looks and it feels very much like the top quality rubber straps we see on the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. So you can definitely buy them on the rubber straps. Also on the rubber straps you get a very nice clasp that you don't get with the Omega watches. So let's have a closer look at the brown here. You see this nice kind of yellow, almost cream color, faded super luminova hour markings which are applied. I think they look beautiful. You get a beautiful sunburst effect with the brown version here. With the black it's more of a glossy dial, but not with a sunburst effect. The green also has a really nice sunburst effect. So let's have a lume shot. Lume is really great. Again, Swiss super luminova, so I have absolutely no quarrels with the lume on these watches. That's the lume you expect from a dive watch. Inside of these watches beats the Longines L844 movement. It beats at 25,200 vibrations per hour. Let's just have the accuracy. And it has a power reserve of 72 hours, so really great power reserve. And as you see, it's super accurate on the brown. Very close to zero, between -1 and 0. That's amazing measurements of accuracy on these watches. And my personal experience with the Longines L888 movements, they are great. They are always very accurate, very trustworthy. Now I did remove some links from the brown one, and we get a weight of approximately 168 grams. On the black one, 183 grams approximately. On the wrist, the new Longines Hydroconquest GMT is very comfortable. It is a big sports watch, 49mm from lock tip to lock tip and 13mm thick and more than 160 grams with links removed. Of course it's a big watch. I think the bracelet is a huge improvement, as well as the clasp, as I said earlier in this video. And that is also because the bracelet wears much lighter, much more comfortable than the regular Hydroconquest bracelet. And with the taper that you get, it just feels and wears more elegant. It is kind of a top heavy watch, which you will expect from a 300 meter water resistant dive watch with a GMT function. But all in all, on my 17.5 centimeter wrist circumference, I think it wears really nicely. Now the new L844 Longines GMT movement is a true GMT, which means that in the first position, you actually move the hour hand and not the GMT hand. The GMT hand will follow when you actually set the time, and to set the date, you actually move the GMT hand around like this. Just look at the date window now. Very useful, very easy to set the time, and you can move back and forth, so you can move between dates as well. And let's just see how the GMT hand moves. It follows along with the regular time setting. So this is what we will call a true GMT. Very useful, for example, when you are in an airplane and you need to set the watch an hour or two back or forth to match the time zone where you landed, then it's very easy to just set the regular hour hand, and then you're ready to go, and the GMT hand will follow when you set the time. So to conclude the review of the new Longines Hydroconquest GMT, I must say I'm very happy with the overall quality and performance. The lume is great, the fit and the feel is great. The wearability is hugely improved by the new bracelet and clasp, which again has some really great improvements. They look really great, and especially the brown one I think is a very special watch. I really like the color, I really like how they combined the kind of faded lume with the brown color and the sunburst effect, and these almost kind of gilded hands. It just looks beautiful, and I would consider buying one of these watches for myself. The brown would definitely be my choice. So of course these watches are not perfect. I would have wished for better bezel action. I would also have wished for a little more finishing on the case. The case is just brushed, no angles with polishing or anything. Also on the black one, I would have preferred that they actually matched the date. Other than that, I think they are really great watches, and if you want an established Swiss brand with a great history, and you want a combination of a tough dive sports watch with a very useful GMT complication, then this watch could definitely be something for you. The price is fair in my opinion. It's of course not a cheap watch, but you get a watch from a big established brand, and you get high quality. So although this watch is not perfect, I think this is definitely a watch that will sell a lot of examples, and I think this watch will become very popular. I hope you enjoyed the review of the new Longines Hydroconquest GMT. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to follow my channel on Instagram. Also, if you're Danish, follow my Facebook group Danske Urtosser. You can find a link down in the description. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're Danish, Swedish or Norwegian, visit my website timeandcrown.dk. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.